This video was made possible by the EA Creator Network. Hey everyone, it's Fantasia. So today we are going to be going over the build by catalog for Adventure Awaits, and we're just going to get straight into it because there is quite a bit to go through. So first off, we're going to start off with the beds. I do have a wall at the back here just for things that do need to go on the wall, but we're going to start from the front of the lot and work our way back. So we get a variety of different beds, definitely ones that are very fitting for the camp in my opinion, and we even get a new bunk bed. I definitely prefer the wood ones, however, for like certain aesthetics, like it depends what I'm building. I feel like these work too. Also, some of you guys have pointed out that with this pack, like we could totally make a prison. Like the amount of things you could do that are technically a getaway, but you can turn it into other things. These beds would be good for a prison. Like that's the first thing I thought of. So yeah, I just thought that was funny. But yeah, the color swatches are really cute for the beds. I love the plaid. This one also has some plaid here too. And then just some, well, yeah, I guess it's like mostly the same. Mostly plaid with like a few other ones here and there. So then we have this butterfly backless folding chair. So I actually think this is adorable. We get quite a few new chairs though, so I'm gonna go ahead and place them all down. Basically this chair is this one without like the backing. I like this one better. I just think it's cute. It's like this little chair. I don't know, but there's a lot of different options here for many different builds. I feel like with the Create-A-Sim, it's more like specific to one vibe. There's like a few pieces you could use for anything, but then there's a lot of stuff that are specific to camp in my opinion. So I feel like the Create-A-Sim is good, but it's also like a hit or miss depending on like what you care about for Create-A-Sim. And so with build by though, I feel like there's more of a mix in my opinion. Like I feel like you could put this in so many different builds, and right away for some reason I think of like a winter cabin, I don't know. And then like this, you could again just put it in so many different types of builds because of the style of it and the different swatches. Like a lot of the swatches are giving different energy. This again is giving me winter cabin, but then this I feel like you could put in a like kind of like an old castle or something, I don't know. And then of course there's just these plain ones. Like I don't know, I do feel like you can do a lot with this chair. And then of course you can place this outside anywhere. Oh, this one has like the same swatches by the way, but I just really like this one more. I think it's so cute. You could like put it on the beach. Again with this, like the certain swatches, like I would put this in an old castle. Like, I don't know. I just see more potential with the build by this time around. So same with this chair, very versatile. You could use it for tons of different things. I also like how some of the items, like it looks like there's some wear and tear on them, just kind of leather that's kind of worn in. And then like the wood, the way it looks, I really do like that. It just adds character in my opinion. So then we have some different couches, and same thing for the couches. I feel like there's a different look to everything. I do like this first one the most. I feel like I'll get the most use out of it. I seriously think I would put this in a cool basement that has like comfy vibes and like a gaming console. I don't know. I really like that couch though. I do wish there was arms on it though. I feel like that kind of would have tied it all together. These ones, I like this actually. I think this is really adorable. Again, I would just like put this at a winter cabin, but also like in this swatch, summer cabin. I don't know. That's just the energy that I get for some reason. So like, why is this making me think of Frozen, like the movie? I don't know. So then we have some tables here. We have a really long one, which is nice to have. And then there's this, you could just like, you know, put this against the wall, put some decorations on it. There's also a curious camper's chest. I'm just going to place this down too. And then we have this little folding table. I love the little folding stuff. Like it's so cute because you could put some clutter in here. I really like the idea of that. Then we have the appliance cart. You could clutter that up too. I'm just going to go ahead and also place these two. So this is meant to be a coffee table. And then we have this little desk. So this is meant to be like one of those folding desks, you know, like I love that. I love it for the kids specifically. I'll put this in a lot of bedrooms, I feel like. But yeah, let's go ahead and quickly run through these swatches. Again, with like the worn look, I feel like it just adds character. So I do like that. And then I think this is my favorite table. I just love like a longer table for families. And so I think this is perfect. This is also good for an art table. So in my Let's Play, I placed 2 of these kind of like together at my kids' camp, and then I put a bunch of the paper crafting kits all along it to kind of make like a big crafts table so they could all like sit together, because otherwise you can only put it like on one side, like you can't put another one. I'm just gonna place these down now and show you guys them. But yeah, like if you put two tables together, you can make like a little crafting station. And I think it's so cute. Like even if it's not for camp, like you could make a getaway that's like specifically for all crafty stuff. And like, yeah, I don't know. You could just have fun with this. I feel like you're going to want to make sure it's like this way. But yeah, I love that. And there's a few different swatches for this as well. So super cute. And then for this is just nice for, like, I would place this in the front of my Sims houses, honestly, or like the front of a cabin, you know. And then we just have this chest. Don't know how much I'll use that, but I would put it in a cabin for sure. And then I love this. Love, love, love. Again, like the wood that just looks like it has some wear to it. And then this cart here and this little coffee table. I like this one. That one's really cute. And then yeah, the swatches for this. Again, like look at all the wear on the wood, and there's cute colors for this one. Okay, let me go ahead and refilter since I placed on that table. Now everything's kind of like messed up. So we're starting from here because the stuff we already clicked on, of course, moved to the bottom. This I love. This is supposed to be like cubbies. Woodland Lodge cubbies. It's so cute. I will absolutely put this at all my camps. It just adds like the perfect vibe. I love all the pieces all on it. And then we have the tabletop game shelf. So I'm just going to put this here, but of course you would put this on a wall, which I guess I could do, but I do have move objects on. So I'm just going to put it here. So there's just like a bunch of games. This is even cute for like a family home, you know, we got like the family board games up on the shelf. And then we have a new picnic table. This is adorable because there is kid handprints all over it. Oh my God. Oh, and then there's also like the plain ones, but I love that. That is so cute. And then we do get a new sink. So there's like a new bathroom set. So we get the sink and then we get the cabin shower, which is absolutely perfect for the cabin. So I think that's perfect. And then we get a new bathtub, which I wasn't expecting, but I do actually like it. I like the aesthetic of it. Like, I feel like you could even put this in a fancy bathroom if you wanted. Like, depending on the swatch you use, I just really like that. I don't know. I think it looks good. But this is great for the cabins. And then this sink you could use for anything because it's kind of like more on the modern side, but I like how it's made out of wood. So I really like that one. And then we have the in-ground hot tub. This is everything. I think this was in The Sims 2, wasn't it? I am so happy they did this. It just adds all the vibes. Okay, this is great. I love the way it looks. I love the way they designed it. And then we have the caterpillar incubator. So you can put your caterpillars in here and then they'll become butterflies. And then we have the nostalgic entertainment system. So yeah, we do get a new entertainment system with this pack. And look at it. I love it. And then there's like the new game with it. I really like this one the most because it feels the most nostalgic. But then there's like the two like more modern looking ones. And then we got the free weights, which can we just talk about how we finally have functional free weights because they so teased us with Love Struck. And now we can actually use the free weights and there's different, like it goes from light to heavier. And I just love it. I love that the gym will have more stuff to do now. And we get the archery bullseye. And then we have the exercise bikes, another thing that I'm so happy about. So they also will like snap together, which is nice, you know, not really snap together, but it like shows you the grid. You know, I do have move objects on, so keep that in mind. There is two different ones, but I don't even know what the difference is. Glute Force spinning bike, and then, oh, this is the instructor's one. Okay, so that's the difference, and the seat's different. So yeah, there's a few different swatches for this one. I love that swatch. It looks so cool. Then we have our kayaks. This is kind of how they sit when you place them outside the water, and then when you place them in the water, they'll just like place like flat down normally. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of different colors for that. Super cute. And then we have the campfire. I think this is my new favorite campfire personally. I love the way the stones are around it. Then we also get two new food stalls. So there's the Gibby Grub Fresh Fit food stall. So this is good for like the fitness vibes. And then we have the Sugary Paradise food stall, which I am most excited for this one for the kiddos. Like how cute is that? So we get this playground piece fence. And all of this goes with the whole like modular playground thing. You're not just going to be able to like place this down, you know, like you have to grab certain pieces. Like, you know, I can place this down and then like this will snap to it. Like you'll kind of get the hang of it. You can place it this way or the other way. And then you can see like you'll be able to put this in there. It might take a little bit to kind of get used to how the pieces work together. But like, see now I can put the stairs over there and then I can put this here. You can place things pretty close together, which is nice. and like everything snaps really nicely. You can put fences all around. I adore this. I think it's everything. You can even like put this here, but then of course it's blocking the entrance to that, so you wouldn't really want to do that. So yeah, we'll get rid of that and then we can put this there. So yeah, because that's functional as well. And you can see like there's a short platform, you can put it here for when they come out, and then there's a taller one. So you can even make indoor playgrounds with this for like a McDonald's, or maybe like I know some parents literally have like a playground thing in their basement if they have the space for it, which oh my goodness, like that's like a kid's dream. And then yeah, there's other stairs here that can kind of connect like this, and you know, then there's this straight piece which we can kind of, yeah, we can put it like this. So yeah, you can see how creative you can really be with this. Like you can even put this here, and then I don't know, you can do a lot with it. So I think it's super fun. And we also have these that you can climb up. So as far as this goes, you can actually put it under here, but I don't know if it will work properly like that. I don't know. Like there's just like so many areas you can plop things down. But yeah, the kids can climb up this, and so can the adults. We also have this in here, so I'm going to just place this down here now. So this is the butterfly and moth habitat. So like you have the place for the caterpillars, and then, you know, they become a butterfly or a moth, and then you can put them in here. So I love that. There's also, of course, these slides. So I'll go ahead and place down like a few more pieces so that I can show off more stuff. So like, you know, you could just attach a slide like this. Then we also have the taller slide. So for that, you would typically want like the taller platform. You could also do these ones with like the roofs on them. And then you'll be able to attach this here. This is a mess, but like I'm just trying to show you guys how everything kind of connects seamlessly. And then we have a new swing. You could put the swing set just straight like this, and then it kind of looks like it's connected to the whole thing. So I like the idea of that too. And then we have the slide that's separate. So you can just place this down here and you don't have to worry about connecting it to anything. And then we have the water slide, which I am just so happy about, you guys. Like what the heck? I'm so happy about it. So we also have, like, if you don't want to build a whole thing, there is some ones that are like pre-done for you. There's always that option. Multiple different options here. These definitely take up space, so I'm trying to just like, you know, compact them together. These are also like trying to snap together too, so that's pretty cool. I'm just gonna stick this here like this. See, like you can just use the pre-made pieces and then like that. And then like there's this one here, and then we have this one. And then also there is some pretty cool color swatches as well. You're gonna have to change everything individually, but I really love the color options. It's so cute. So there's that. Now moving on into some plans, which I'm gonna go back up here for. So we don't really get many plants with this pack. I think it's just this one here. I will say this is really nice. I do like this potted plant. I love the pot and the way the leaves look. Yeah, like I think this might be my new favorite. I just really like that. Then we have a few different photos here, which I will go place on the wall just because I feel like it's easier to kind of get the vibes. We have this one, we have this one, and we have this one here, as well as a mirror, which I'll just place down as well. So I like these. This is my favorite for sure because I feel like I can just use it for kind of everything. I don't know if there's any hints in these. There's kind of like a little mix of everything, so I don't think so. I feel like everything we're seeing are things that we do have in the game. I love this one. Like, how cute is that? And then this is so cute too. And of course, they just kind of change out. How cute. Absolutely love. I really like this one. Then of course this is great for like the fitness getaways, or even just like any gym, you know, these will be great to have. And then we have our mirror here, and then we also have some curtains. So I actually really like these curtains. They come in the different heights, of course. I just always prefer the shortest height, but I think these are really cute because I don't know, I could picture myself building like a grandma's home with these. Like, I don't know, I really like the top part. It just gives like a certain vibe to it. And then we have these curtains, which I think are great for little cabins and stuff. And then we have a new awning. And oh, we have these signs, which I love for the camps. And there is like a variety, so you can kind of do whatever you want there. I love the rainbow one, so cute. And then there's like a more modern banner for the camps that also have a bunch of different photos. I love this one. How pretty was that? How cute. And this one, it's so cute. So we have like lots of different banners, to be honest. This one is perfect for like a kids camp. I feel like, get them all excited. Like, how cute. guys, this and this one is my favorite. I just love the energy. So next we have this Journals of Gibby Point Expeditioner. So it's just like a clutter piece. This is great to just like put outside by the bonfire or something like that. That's definitely how I would use it. Or just like by like the picnic benches or something. We do get this Camp Gibby Gibby gate. So this is specifically for Camp Gibby Gibby, but you can do whatever you want with it. And then we get this fan that is like, I feel like those classic fans that you have when you're camping or something. So I like this. And then we have the coffee and tea little arrangement. This is so cute. This is also perfect for that table. Where is it at? Yeah, this table here, it just like fits perfectly. I think this is so cute. We're gonna zoom right into it. Like, oh, it's perfect. And there's some different color options. I love it. We also get some utensils. And I think my favorite part about this is literally just the holder, like how cute with the deer. And of course, there's a whole bunch of different ones. I don't know who designed this, but I really appreciate it. Like, look at the texture on that one. That one too. So we get a couple rugs. Can never have too many rugs, you guys. I always feel like I need more. Like, I don't know. This one's really, really cute, I have to say. And then this one I feel like is more usable for like anything, really, if you wanted. Yeah, I feel like it's very usable for any, I mean, there's a couple swatches here that are specific, but yeah, there's definitely some here that you could do anything you want with. This I just think is so adorable because of the bear. Like, are you kidding? This swatch though, I don't know how I feel about it. I don't think I'm a fan of that. This one's okay, but these three are definitely my faves, especially this one and the first one. So cute. So then we got this iron fireplace. Definitely a classic for like a cabin. And then we also get two new fireplaces, which I'm gonna place up against the wall. So I think these are my two new favorite fireplaces personally. They just both add a lot of character to a room. I don't know. And again, I feel like you could use this for anything. Like, you could put this in a cabin, but you could also put it in many different styles of homes. Same with this one, because this is like a very modern energy, but it could also go in a cabin. But like, imagine this in a modern home with like a lot of black and gray furniture and like white walls. Ooh, that'd be perfect. So then we get these like paddles, because you know, with the whole canoeing. Okay, so this is supposed to be like a paper crafted butterfly window, and I think it's so precious. It's such like a cute little piece, and there's so many cute colors. Like, I love it. It's so pretty. And then we got the Grand's pots and pans. Definitely will be an essential if you're building a grandma and grandpa's home. Absolutely. Love the colors. And then we have the kayak shop sign. So you can make like a little kayak shop, and then you can put this on the front here. So then we get this clutter piece, which is supposed to be outdoorsy equipment. And then we have our imaginary friend dolls, which you either hate them or you love them. And I'm sorry, but I absolutely love them. I love them. So, okay, they all won't fit right on this table, sadly. So you're just gonna go over here. But yeah, we of course have Little Monster, we have Pretty Pegacorn, we have the Crafty Kid, and then we have Wild Child. So we got this new lamp. I like this lamp for both camp and camping. Like, if we were to use, like, I mean like outdoor retreat camping. And then we got this one here. This is supposed to be like woven with ropes, you know? Then we get this new lamp, which is like made from paddles, and I thought that was cute and creative. We do get some new hanging lights, which I typically just like place randomly. I don't usually focus too much on these, but there is a jellyfish one that I think is adorable. But I don't use different lights too much. I have started experimenting a little bit with different lights, only because sometimes it adds like a cool lighting effect. And then we get some for the wall. This is actually like a light. And then we get this old Fletcher's clock. So I'm just gonna go ahead and place this over here. So we have this fitness focused mini fridge, which is actually pretty dang cute. And then the blender you can actually put on the top of it. So excited for blenders, you guys. It sounds so silly to say that, but like, why have we been waiting for blenders for literal years? So of course, this is just some new ladders. Can't really like place them like this, but like I'm gonna place them anyway. So we get those. And then we get this new dresser, which I actually think is so cute. I love the style of it. Like, I feel like I'd use this for anything. And again, it has that wood look to it. And then we do get a new public bathroom, which I much prefer this one over a lot of the ones we have. So I already placed all of this down, but we do also get this target. So this one is one that you unlock. And then, yeah, all of these pieces at the end here, I believe, are pieces you unlock, except, I think, yeah, these are just bars. So we do get some new bars. I do really like this one. And I love how the wine glasses are laid out. And then, yeah, this is another one that unlocks. It's so cute. And then we get this sky piercer. So this is from reaching level 5 of the archery. So I'm just going to go ahead and place it on the wall here. I really like that. And then at the end here, we just have like the butterflies and the moths and all that. So of course, like it just places down like this. But then when you go into live mode, you see all the butterflies. So you guys will probably see that in my gameplay videos. But yeah, there's a ton. There's a ton of different options, which is really nice. I can see people going crazy with that. So other than that, we do also get some new wallpapers. I'm going to go ahead and flip to the other side of the wall just because that's blank. So what I'm going to do is just place down a few of the color swatches so you guys can get an idea. So that's cute for like a cabin. And then we get some new stone wall, which is always nice to have, especially for like the outside of buildings. We get some new wood paneling, which is also nice to have. I do really like the black ones. And then we get this one here. We get this one here. There's just a lot of like wood siding, but I can appreciate that. I do like that. And then this one, I don't know how I feel about this one. It's just like, I don't know. I don't know how much I'll use that, but there's the wallpapers. And then as for flooring, we only get 2 of them, but I will say I do like both of them. I just wish there was a few more. So these are the 2 options here, but I do like those. I feel like this more looks like, yeah. This is definitely meant to be for like a deck. I don't think that would really make sense to use as wood flooring in your house. So that's always nice to have some new like deck flooring that actually looks like a deck. You know, you can see like the slats, you know, that's cool. I do really like that. So other than that, we get a couple new plants here. We did see these in the trailers and stuff. So cute. They don't come in any different swatches or anything. I think that's it for that. As far as this category, it's just everything I already showed you guys with the insects. And then we do get some new windows and stuff like that. So I will show you guys that. But first, I'm going to look at the doors. I'm just going to place the doors. I feel like it'd be easier that way since the walls are kind of like cluttered up. So we do actually get quite a few new doors. Now, did we need this many doors? Maybe not, but like it's nice to have. There are so many builders in The Sims 4, so I feel like builders are going to be super happy about all these options. What I will say is I think this is my new favorite like sliding glass door, but these are all really nice. And then for windows, I will try to place some of these windows like actually on here. This one's interesting. It's like a canvas, like I don't know. It looks like a window that would be in like a tent. I kind of like the idea of it though. And then yeah, we just get like a bunch of windows that kind of match the doors. So everything seems to flow pretty well in my opinion, so that's nice. Everything kind of works together. I believe this one, yeah, it has like mesh, so I like that too for the whole like camping. We have like a different style of window there where it's like a triangle at the top, and yeah, so there's the windows. Then we have some fences. I honestly feel like there's a lot of build by, like there really is. So here's like the gates, and then of course the actual like fences that go with it, and then there's also these new columns that also match very well. I'm kind of like jumping all over the place, but I'm just like clicking and grabbing everything I see that's new. So we have some new like chimney pieces, and then also just like roof pieces. Like this is a Gibby flag. And then we have this here. So I feel like you can get use out of these too for like any sort of builds. So as far as stairs, there is 2 new staircases, which I'm going to place them both down and then I'll show you guys the railings. So we have this one and then we have this one. I really like these. I think they're very like cabin-like. And then of course, the railings that go with it. So there we go. These railings are actually pretty cool. So we also get some foundations, which I'm not going to place these down, but you guys can see they pretty much match everything very well. We get that like deck looking one, so that's really nice. I think that's everything, you guys. Oh, there is this here. I thought that I already like placed, I don't know. Basically, there's a lot with this pack. And there's also pre-made rooms, which I may literally go into another lot to place down because I don't want to remove all this, you know, so you guys get an idea of all the objects. Now, I will say, of course, the playground equipment is taking up a big portion of the lot, but this pack has a lot of gameplay, and I feel like this pack definitely succeeds in the gameplay aspect while also giving you pretty good pieces for build buy. I would say I prefer the build buy over the create a sim, but then there's like a few pieces with the create a sim stuff that I'm just like, oh my god, absolutely love. So it's kind of hard, but let's go ahead and jump on over to another lot to place down the rooms, just so you guys can kind of see like how some things can come together. Okay, so we have this nostalgic room and it comes in 3 different color swatches. I honestly think they're all cute. I love like the cabin vibes of this one though. How adorable is that? And then we have the Wanderer's Rest. So this is like a very cozy room. I feel like I think I like this color swatch. See, everything really does come together in like a very, I don't know, like I would love to walk into here for like a vacation cabin that I was going to. I would instantly just feel these like cozy vibes. And then of course this is like a little office room with a bunch of insect stuff. So I think this is really cool too. And then we have the Happy Camper's Rest. So this is just kind of giving you an idea of the type of like cabin rooms you could go ahead and do. Like I think this comes together beautifully. And this is of course like just base game items and the pack items. So I really like that. And then we have the Spinner's Delight. So this is like a little spin class room. So I really like these shades here. Like how nice is that? So yeah. The pre-made rooms are really nice. Typically, I don't use pre-made rooms very often, but it's nice to kind of look at to see like how different items come together. I kind of want to place down the other color swatches for these just so you guys can really get an idea, because I feel like with each color swatch with the cabin rooms, it looks very different. So yeah, what do you guys think? Let me know down below. If you did watch my Create a Sim overview, what do you prefer? The create a sim or the build buy? Because yeah, build buy definitely takes the cake for me. I think it wins by like a landslide actually. But I do really like some of the create a sim pieces. But yeah, like I talk about how I feel about that all in that video if you guys haven't seen it. But I just feel like you could do a lot of builds with this. I don't know, I really enjoy the pieces. And then of course we have all our separate pieces over there. So you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up here. Of course, as always, let me know what you think about the items. I want to know all your thoughts down below. And with that, I hope you're all having an amazing day and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye guys.
You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest.